Ireland hosting England in the final game of the first week of the Six Nations. This looks to be a pretty epic clash, this one. Both of the teams are out, and I'll put those in the description, so if you haven't seen them, you guys can have a look down there. Both pretty strong looking sides. I haven't seen what the weather's supposed to do for this one, but it has the potential to be a real ding-dong battle. I know Eddie Jones was perhaps doing a wee bit of mind games, saying that Ireland were going to bore everyone to death. Not sure about that. I'm not quite sure that's how it works, but it's definitely got the potential to be a cracking game. Not necessarily a high-scoring game. Could well be. It could be low-scoring, but either way, it looks like it could be very tight. So hopefully it is. For me, as a neutral, it's always nice to see a game with a bit of tension about it, but I'm sure both sides would rather be winning by more than 7 just to keep their blood pressure down towards the end of the game. Of the last 5 games these teams have played, it has been 3-2 to Ireland, so pretty tight. And illustrating that a bit more is the fact that over those 5 games, the average score has been Ireland 16, England 15. So perhaps leaning towards the side of not that high scoring, but very entertaining. So, only the 1 point over those 5 games. It's always a big tussle between these sides. Ireland for sure need to get their campaign off to a winning start at home. Can't really afford to be dropping home games with the schedule. And England, this and the trip to Cardiff are potentially the toughest fixtures that they're going to have in the Six Nations. So if they can win this one, they would suddenly go out to probably be massive favourites. Only 1 game in, but potentially. And if Ireland win, then they'll be well on their way. Well, at least 1 game on their way to pushing for another title. But hey, it's only 1 game. We will see. It's a long comp. Still many weeks to go after this game, whatever the result. But either way, it should be good. Looking at the lineups, there are some interesting choices for both sides. Interestingly, for Ireland, Henshaw is at 15. So there's no Carney for this one, and Jordan Larmour is on the bench. So for me, as a non-Irish rugby expert, that was a slight surprise, but you guys can give me some insights into that. Ringrose is at 13 with Aki inside him at 12. That's a very, very tidy looking midfield. Earls and Stockdale on the wings. Again, very, very dangerous looking. I was a wee bit negative when I did my Ireland overall preview because I just kept looking at that lineup going, damn, the other teams, I feel sorry for the other teams. Like, it's just a very good lineup. I do the same in Super Rugby when I talk about the Crusaders because they just have a very, very strong team. I look at my Blues lineup and then I start thinking they're going to do well, and then I sigh because I see the Crusaders lineup. I'm not saying the Six Nations is quite that far in terms of, there's a lot more parity in the Six Nations anyway. You feel like most of these sides could beat each other. I'll have a look at that England lineup in a second. It's also very impressive looking. But Murray and Sexton at 9 and 10, excellent. Healy, Best, and Furlong. That front row is going to be putting some pressure on. Toner and Ryan at the second row. So you got one guy who's just going to absolutely dominate the lineout, that giant of a man, and then one guy who's just got the work rate. He's going to be doing everything around the park. So Mahoney, Van der Flier, and Stander at 6, 7, and 8. So there's not a whole lot of chinks in that armour for Ireland. It is a very, very good looking team. Cooney's on the bench. Quinn Roux, kind of back up for the second row. Sean O'Brien, hopefully he stays fully fit. Doesn't get any injuries in this one. Fingers crossed for that guy. And then England. Farrell's captaining from 10. Tuilagi's at 12. Tio had an injury the other day, or at least an injury that didn't clear up. Can't remember which way it was, but either way, so Tuilagi's there. Another guy, kind of like O'Brien, that you just want him to stay fit because he's a devastating player when he's healthy. But it's been a wee while since we've seen him kind of play regularly for England, so fingers crossed for him. Jack Nowell is on the left wing, not in the back row. Jonny May is on the right wing, and Elliot Daly at 15. So again, that's a very, very impressive looking Back three, both those sides going up against each other is going to be massive battles all round. Ben Young's at 9, kind of to be expected. Vunipola, George, and Sinclair. Sinclair against Healy is going to be a big battle. Likewise, Vunipola against Furlong. Who's not looking forward to that one? As much as we probably don't look forward to prop on prop, that's a pretty exciting prospect even for me. Tadhg and Cruz in the second row, so our man Laws can't beat Cruz out to a starting spot there. Wilson, Curry, and Vunipola, Billy at number 8. So Tom Curry will be looking to get into the breakdown. It's going to be a key area for England. So and Wilson is just always a warrior. So yeah, man. Very, very excited for this one. I think this one is probably the game of the week because I asked my old man, are you going to watch any of the Six Nations games? And he said, what time is Ireland and England on? It's the only question he had. I told him, it's like 5:45 on Sunday morning over here. He said, all right, I'll watch that. And he followed that up with an interesting statement. He said, I can't wait to see England beat Ireland. And I looked at him with a puzzled look, because he's traditionally always been very pro-Irish in terms of rugby. He always wants Ireland to do well. And I thought he'd just misspoken, and I said, England to beat Ireland. And he said, yeah. I said, why do you want England to win? And he said, because the Irish bloody beat us, didn't they? So, England, you have my dad on your side, for better or worse. But yeah, the bookies are picking Ireland by 9. Which is actually quite a margin given the two lineups. But I suppose Ireland at home on a hell of a run at the moment in terms of form. England after November looked good, but it's still a big question as to where they're at. So yeah, 9 points. That's what the bookies down here anyway are saying. Different bookies probably got different odds, but those are the ones I saw. So yeah, you guys can have a look at the squads in the description. Let me know who you're looking forward to seeing, the key battles for this game. How do you think it's going to pan out? Any predictions? And yeah, I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.